10 underrated cities you can actually afford to visit in 2025. What if I told you there's a European city where the beer costs less than your morning latte, the architecture rivals Paris, and your entire day's expenses won't make your credit card combust into flames? Would you believe me? You should, because I'm about to blow your mind and save your bank account. Hey travelers, I'm Wealthy Explorer, and welcome to another episode where we make your wanderlust and your wallet best friends instead of mortal enemies. Let's face it, we've all scrolled through Instagram watching influencers living their best lives in Santorini and Paris while we eat ramen. Again, but here's the secret they're not telling you. The world's most incredible destinations aren't always the most expensive. In 2025, while everyone else fights for selfie space at the Eiffel Tower or remortgages their house for a week in Tokyo, you'll be living like royalty in these 10 mind-blowingly affordable cities that most tourists haven't ruined yet. So put down that sad microwave dinner and grab a pen, because by the end of this video, you'll be booking flights instead of daydreaming about them. Let's start. Destination 10. Quebec City, Canada. Want Paris vibes without Paris prices or an international flight? Quebec City is basically France adjacent without crossing the Atlantic. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is North America's only walled city north of Mexico, with cobblestone streets and 17th century architecture that will have you checking your phone to confirm you're still on the same continent. While not as dirt cheap as some entries on our list, Quebec City offers tremendous value compared to European alternatives or overpriced US destinations. Charming hotels in the historic Petit Champlain district start around $80 to $100, about half what you'd pay in Boston or San Francisco for less charm and more traffic. The food scene blends French techniques with North American ingredients, think maple-infused everything and fresh seafood from the St. Lawrence River. Multi-course meals at romantic bistros run $30 to $40 per person, including wine. In winter, the city transforms into a literal snow globe with the famous Winter Carnival. In summer, free festivals seem to happen every weekend. Fall brings foliage that makes New England look like it needs to try harder. And the best part? No jet lag, favorable exchange rates for Americans, and you can drive there from the Northeast. If your travel style leans more toward vibrant cities with innovative food scenes and cultural treasures than postcard-perfect tourist spots, our number 9 destination is the South American gem that delivers Buenos Aires vibes at a third of the price. Destination 9. Medellín, Colombia. Forget everything you think you know about Medellín. This Colombian city has transformed into one of the most innovative, beautiful, and ridiculously affordable destinations in the Americas. Nestled in a valley surrounded by green mountains, the city of eternal spring boasts perfect 70 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit weather year-round. The metro system includes cable cars that soar over neighborhoods once considered no-go zones, now filled with colorful street art, community projects, and some of the friendliest locals you'll ever meet. Luxury apartments in the upscale El Poblado neighborhood start around $50 per night. A meal at a high-end restaurant runs about $15 per person. The vibrant nightlife in Parque costs a fraction of what you'd spend in Miami or NYC. Free walking tours take you through the city's remarkable transformation. The botanical gardens offer a tropical paradise for exactly $0. And the metro cable gives you panoramic city views as public transportation. Plus, Colombia produces some of the world's best coffee, and Medellín is surrounded by plantations offering tours for under $20, complete with unlimited samples. Unlimited. Coffee. Samples. But what if you want exotic desert landscapes, ancient cities, and bazaars straight out of Arabian Nights, without needing a sultan's fortune? Let's jet over to number 8 on our list, a country that's been flying under the tourist radar despite being absolutely mind-blowing. Destination 8, Fez, Morocco. While tourists crowd Marrakech, driving up prices and creating Instagram traffic jams, Fez sits to the north, offering a more authentic and dramatically more affordable Moroccan experience. The world's largest car-free urban area, Fez's Medina is a 1,200-year-old maze of 9,000 narrow streets filled with spice markets, leather tanneries, and artisan workshops that have operated the same way for centuries. Stunning riads, traditional Moroccan houses with interior courtyards, can be booked for $40 to $70 per night, including breakfast. We're talking mosaic tiles, fountains, rooftop terraces, places so photogenic you'll think they've been staged, a feast of tagine, couscous, and all the Moroccan specialties, maybe $8 to $10 per person. Custom leather goods from the famous tanneries, a fraction of what you'd pay for Moroccan-inspired stuff at home. And here's the insider secret. Fez has better food, friendlier locals, and significantly fewer tourist traps than its more famous cousin to the south. Coming in at lucky number 7, if you're more urban explorer than bizarre haggler, our next destination offers cosmopolitan vibes, world-class museums, and food that will make your taste buds throw a party. All at prices that make other capital cities look like absolute robbery. Destination 7, Budapest, Hungary. Vienna's gorgeous architecture and Paris's romantic vibes had a baby, raised it on paprika, and taught it to be affordable. That baby is Budapest, Hungary. Split by the Danube River into historic Buda and lively Pest, this city delivers Gothic parliament buildings, thermal baths dating back to Turkish occupation, and ruin bars where you can drink craft beer in abandoned factories turned hipster paradises. A day pass to the famous Zašenie thermal baths costs less than $20. Stunning river cruises? About $12. A fancy dinner with wine pairings that would cost $200 elsewhere? Maybe $40 here, and don't get me started on the accommodation. Gorgeous apartments in historic buildings with 12-foot ceilings and balconies overlooking iconic landmarks start around $45 a night. $45 for luxury. Pro tip, the $25 Budapest card gives you free public transport and discounted entry to major attractions. It pays for itself faster than you can say, "I can't believe how affordable this place is." Sliding into position number 6, let me introduce you to the gorgeous shoreline that's being called Europe's best-kept secret, where you can get stunning coastlines without the Amalfi Coast prices. Destination 6, Kotor, Montenegro. Imagine the beauty of Croatia's coastline. Now remove half the tourists and about 40% of the price tag. That's Kotor, Montenegro. This UNESCO World Heritage Site features a medieval walled town tucked into one of Europe's most spectacular bays, surrounded by mountains that plunge dramatically into azure waters. It looks expensive, it feels expensive, but surprise, it's not expensive. Boutique accommodations inside the Old Town walls start around $50 a night. A seafood feast with local wine? Maybe $20 per person. And those views that would cost you hundreds on the Amalfi Coast? Completely free with every accommodation. Climb the 1,350 steps to the fortress above town for the kind of panoramic views that make even terrible photographers look like professionals. Then cool off with a swim in some of the clearest waters you'll ever see. Just between us, visit in May or September when the weather's perfect. Prices drop even further, and you'll practically have those Instagram-worthy stone streets to yourself. Halfway through our countdown at number 5, we're heading to a Balkan gem that will shatter your preconceptions about affordable and European capital faster than you can say budget airline. Destination 5, Belgrade, Serbia. Belgrade. Serbia is what happens when fascinating history, incredible nightlife, and shocking affordability have a beautiful baby. This Balkan gem sits at the confluence of 2 rivers with fortress views that would cost hundreds per night anywhere else. But here, luxury accommodations start around $60. The Whitestone Kalemegdan Fortress overlooks the city for free panoramic views. Skadarlia, the Bohemian Quarter, feels like Montmartre in Paris. If Paris suddenly had an 80% off sale on everything. The nightlife deserves its own video, from floating clubs on the Danube and Sava rivers to hidden rakia bars where locals will absolutely drink you under the table while teaching you Serbian toast. A full meal with drinks runs about $12 per person, Public transport costs less than $1, and museum admissions rarely top $5. It's like someone forgot to tell Belgrade it's in Europe. For number 4 on our list, we're jetting off to a place where ancient temples sit next to neon signs and your daily food budget could feed a small army. Get ready for culture shock that won't shock your wallet. Destination 4, Oaxaca, Mexico. While Cancun and Tulum prices are reaching absurd heights, Oaxaca City sits in Mexico's southern highlands, delivering cultural riches, incredible gastronomy, and authentic experiences at prices that will make you do a double take. This UNESCO World Heritage City is the beating heart of indigenous Mexican culture, with colorful colonial architecture, vibrant markets, and culinary traditions that have foodies booking flights just for dinner reservations. Gorgeous boutique hotels and restored colonial buildings start around $50 to $70 per night. A meal at one of the city's renowned restaurants featuring complex moles and mezcal flights? Maybe $15 to $20 per person. Street food that will ruin you for Mexican food back home? Under $3 for incredible tlayudas and memeladas that will haunt your dreams. The Monte Alban archaeological site just outside town predates the Aztecs by centuries. Nearby villages specialize in specific crafts, one for black pottery, another for hand-woven rugs, another for intricate wood carvings called alebrijes that look like they stepped out of a psychedelic dream. And don't get me started on the mezcal. Oaxaca is the birthplace of this smoky agave spirit, and tastings at family-run distilleries cost a fraction of what you'd pay for a single shot back home. Soaring to number 3 on our countdown, if Eastern Europe isn't exotic enough for your travel bragging rights, how about a city where you can visit 300 temples and eat your weight in curries without emptying your savings account? Destination 3, Chiang Mai, Thailand. Bangkok gets all the fame. Phuket gets all the tourists, but Chiang Mai? Chiang Mai gets all the smart travelers. Northern Thailand's cultural capital delivers everything you want from Thailand. Incredible temples, night markets that stretch for miles, and food that will ruin your hometown takeout forever. All at prices that will make you check your currency converter app twice. We're talking luxury hotels starting at $40 a night. Street food feasts for under $5. Hour-long traditional Thai massages for $6. $6? That's less than that smoothie you bought this morning. The old city is surrounded by a moat and ancient walls, filled with hundreds of temples where monks in orange robes go about their daily routines. Meanwhile, the Niman area gives you hipster coffee shops and co-working spaces that would cost triple in Bali. Pro tip: time your visit for November's Yipeng Lantern Festival, when thousands of paper lanterns float into the night sky. It's like watching Instagram come to life, except you're actually there instead of just double tapping. Our number 2 spot goes to a European gem that feels like it fell straight out of a fairy tale, one where your bank account actually has a happy ending. Destination 2, Brasov, Romania, Transylvania, is not just for vampires. Brasov, Romania sits nestled in the Carpathian Mountains looking like it fell straight out of a fairy tale, one where your bank account actually has a happy ending. This medieval masterpiece offers cobblestone streets, Gothic architecture, and is literally surrounded by mountains with hiking trails that would make your fitness influencer friends jealous. The best part? A fancy dinner for 2 will set you back maybe $30 total, including drinks and dessert. You can stay in boutique hotels for under $50 a night, and the nearby Bran Castle, yes, the Dracula's castle, is just a short trip away. It's basically like visiting Western Europe. If Western Europe went on an extreme discount. But please don't tell too many people. I'd hate for it to get as crowded as Prague before you get there. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, our number 1 most underrated and affordable city you can actually visit in 2025 is a Mediterranean dream that will make you wonder why everyone's fighting for space in Barcelona. Destination 1, Valencia, Spain. Taking our top spot, Valencia, Spain, where the Mediterranean lifestyle comes without the Mediterranean price tag. While Barcelona and Madrid are having their wallets surgically removed, Valencia sits on the coast offering the same Spanish charm at literally half the cost. We're talking $2 tapas that will make you cry tears of joy, beaches that belong on desktop wallpapers, and futuristic architecture that makes you feel like you've time traveled. The City of Arts and Sciences looks like it was designed by aliens with really good taste. And get this, you can grab an entire apartment on Airbnb for under $60 a night. $60. That's basically what you spend on delivery food while binge-watching travel shows about places you think you can't afford. My pro tip: rent a bike for $10 a day and cruise through Turia Gardens, a massive park built in a former riverbed that snakes through the entire city. It's basically Central Park's cooler, more laid-back Spanish cousin. The combination of perfect weather, incredible food, stunning architecture, beautiful beaches, and budget-friendly prices makes Valencia our #1 pick for underrated cities. You can actually afford to visit in 2025. So there you have it, travelers. 10 incredible destinations where your 2025 travel budget will stretch further than you ever thought possible. While everyone else is fighting for overpriced hotel rooms and restaurant reservations in the same overcrowded tourist hotspots, you will be living large in these incredible cities, collecting experiences that are both unforgettable and affordable. Remember, the best souvenirs aren't the ones you buy. They're the stories you bring home. And trust me, I got this amazing deal makes every travel story even better. If you've been to any of these cities or have your own affordable destination recommendations, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos that help you travel smarter, not more expensively. This is Wealthy Explorer, reminding you that your dream destinations are closer than your excuses. See you on the road, or maybe in Valencia, sipping sangria on a beach that doesn't cost an arm and a leg.